Okay, I was just saying, this video will be a short one, so I'm using a different device, and then I'm going to move back onto the other device. And what I'm going to do is we're going to do, I've done a hot caustic bath, which you see here. When you probably won't remember this because it was 4 weeks ago. I have to wait for 4 weeks to do this, right? Because I want it to stay in for as long as possible. So now we have NAC. This is NAC. NAC is an explosive force of magnetism, fire, everything, moving towards plasma. We need massive amounts of energy to lift us up towards, because what we're doing here is communicating with atoms. So in order to turn, you see, for me to communicate with Venus here, yeah, this copper plate, I've got to turn this copper plate into the spirit of Venus, right? I've got to turn this copper plate from a metal into a spirit. And to turn it from a metal into a spirit, it requires these alkali metals. The alkali metals are a brilliant conductor of heat. After the 3 weeks, this was still hot underneath. It was still hot. And now it's turned blue, to let us know that we're working with blue elements. Blue elements are less dense than water, which is telling you something. So that's telling you that superior forms of energy reside in lighter, less dense states. So that's what's happening here. This thing is in the meditative state, and it is now in the blue sky. Yeah, it is now in the area, in the blue area, in the divine blues. Yeah, of magnetism. Yeah, which is so now we're releasing supreme forces to be able to communicate with superior beings. That's what we're doing. Now, I was going to say, you see, the caterpillar and butterfly scenario. Yeah. The caterpillar and the butterfly scenario is a massive mirror reflection. I'm always talking about the caterpillar and butterfly, but this time, what I'm saying is this. When the caterpillar transmutes into a butterfly, it then flies away. Why is that? Because once we move from one state to the other, energy is released. Energy is released. We need to remember that. And that is what happens when a caterpillar transmutes into a butterfly. Energy is released, and it now flies into the blue sky from the green earth. That's how that is working. That is the same with something like oxidative phosphorylation. The nutrients, yeah, are oxidized and they die, and then energy is released. Now, this here is the apocalypse of the conquering Christ. In the apocalypse of the conquering Christ, yeah, there is going to be four beasts, yeah, that come out of the water, and then one of them is special. So you see here, right? We'll look at his. The New Testament use of the term jasper, I'm just reading that because it's the word diamond, here and elsewhere refer to transparent gem, the diamond, or the translucent, yeah, chalcedon, yeah. Now, that just came out to me here because I seen this word diamond here, because remember we was talking about the diamond. But you see here, I was looking at this word here, pneuma. This word pneuma, you can find it in the Bible, yeah. It's Greek also, yeah. It's ancient as well. It's there, and the reason I'm using this, and the reason is that because what some may have missed or may have been missed is that it's in reference to the breath of life and spirit that resides in the air, in the matter plane. Now, pneuma has the vibration of the 7. Now, the 7. Yeah, we will see here. Right, a rainbow round about the throne. Yeah, the throne, yeah, is like a crown, throne. Right, but anyway, the rainbow stands for a covenant. Right, Genesis 9. And the emblem here is of the covenanted protection from the judgment of impending events. Not escape from the suffering, but exemption from judgments, which would come upon the enemies of the church. Right, now let's continue. Right, here it is. In sight, like an emerald, 3.47. Right. The rainbow is a 7-colour reflection. Its brilliance appears between the shining sun and the rain clouds. Yeah. Here, emerald in the bow is specified a very precious gem of deep green colour, which is its real value. Yeah, because green is energy, is the green earth. So he's talking about, what he's talking about here now is the Great Mother, Sophia, Magna Mater. That's what they're speaking about here, right? This is from the book of Daniel, and it's Daniel's premonitions, right? It's visions. Visions, yeah? Vision, right? So, you need vision to be working with spirit matter, right? So here, emerald in the bow, yeah? And its value is real, right? So, of deep green colour, which is its real value, as the deepest colours were the prized. The word emerald has a root meaning of glowing. The emerald green in the rainbow signified that through the grace of patience, deliverance was vouchsafed. Now, what's happening here now is we are receiving this emerald green ray, because we are receiving the emerald green ray in the core center of our being. Yeah. So I'm using that. This numeron here, yeah, is the 7, but it is connected to the breath of life, yeah, and spirit that surrounds and pervades all things in the physical. And this was the word that was used along with Ruach, yeah, Ruach yeah, Kodesh, yeah, this is the air, yeah, speaking to the waters, right, to bring about, yeah, to not only bring about physical life, yeah, but also lingering in the air, yeah, is amino acids and superior fields and superior forces that we need to tether to, that we need to re-tether and realign with, yeah. So I want to show that because I've got everything that what I've got on here now, yeah, on this iPad, on this thing that I'm using here, this horrible piece of technology, because that's what it is. Because what you see, what it's doing is 2.4 gigahertz. It's giving off this low frequency, yeah. And because it's giving off this low frequency, it's having an effect upon not the bacteria, but it's having an effect upon this spin within our the molecules of our waters. Not as much as the 5G is going to do. Yeah, but it's still creating a negative internal scenario. So here, what I want to pull up is just one or two little things as soon as I get to it, which is here. So this is a supermarket. Look, it's a supermarket. You see it everywhere. There's a supermarket that we have over here, and they call it Morrison's. Look. I could look at all of these. There's other ones that will do, yeah. And they always spawn on. They're always been created on the 9. The reason that this has been created on the 9 like this is because it is known in occult practices, in occult areas. See, you can create an egregore right here, yeah. Not just that, yeah. You are assigning an entity to this name here, to this imaginary name. You can assign entity. What happens is you give birth and life to this entity, and it becomes alive as people interact with it, because they interact with it because they use it for life, don't they? Because you use it. You see, food is light, is life. You see, that's what it's supposed to be. So but you see, you're getting somebody else to command that for you. So they are doing that, but then so what they're going to be using is they're going to be using the correct metaphysical forces in order so that they can command scenarios and situations that are taking place right now in this physical plane concerning this Morrison's that people use on a day-to-day basis. And what they're doing is they are giving ridiculous amounts of energy to this and getting back nothing but poison in return. Yeah, but look what they're using, your divinity, in order to do that. Why they do that, why they do this, which I'm going to show you now, yeah, is because they stand in the light of divinity. And not just that, anybody can use the powers and forces. So if they're using them, if they're using them and we're not, yeah, they're creating a power differential, and it's also giving them power because they're using these forces in order to bring about this imaginary scenario that makes it appear concrete and solid. So that's why when you work with energy, when you go into some of these places, it make you feel sick. If you go into somewhere like, not badly, but you can feel it, it's toxic. You can feel, because this Morrison's, its field, yeah, it perturbates a toxic energy. It's because it's biomagnetic field, yeah. Even a bank, a hospital, all that, they have a field, and they have the egregore, because an egregore, a field, is a spirit, it's alive. So look at this. So Morrison's above the eye, which is 9. See the eye here, 9. That leads us up to the pole star, which is Polaris here. Now this is the world tree. See this tree? This is a tree here, yeah. And on this tree you will find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 leaves on that tree. So it is a world tree. It's the world tree that sits up in the centre. And below that, they're telling you here, 99, that it was erected on the 9. Now Morrison is the 5. Is 5. Yeah. 5 is the ether, which is the spirit, which is the Father dropping down as erect to give light, yeah, to the matter plane, which is erect. But the world tree in Norse mythology is 9 realms. But you see, a tree equates to 3, which is going to give you 12, which will go back to the 3. But in the 12 is going to give you the 12 angles of light, which is she's full circles, which is 300, which is again 360 degrees. So you see there in something just like that, in this Morrison's logo, yeah, there's a lot of deep occult material that they are using in there to create a power differential, so that they can continually keep extracting energy, yeah, from supreme beings. That's why they have to stand in the light and use that light in order to do that. Yeah, that's how that is being made to play about. Even when you see, a lot of people probably wouldn't realise this. Every time when you watch the Matrix movie, this is the first Matrix movie. This is the beginning of the Matrix movie, as I've written on here. So at the beginning of the movie, it will tell you the very start. This is the very, to catch this, you have to stop it instantly when it comes on, to cut it off. So that's what you're going to get here. So you'll get the 9, 18, 99. That's going to give you the 9. This number here is going to come straight back to 4. So they're letting you know that you're working with spirit and matter in a matrix. You also have a body matrix, which I'm going to do in a different presentation. And that body matrix is one of the main things that we have to be, that we need to be working with. Even these signs here, you got your Cancer, your Leo, and you see these Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra. Yeah, all end there on the 22nd. All of those. And I think, in actual fact, there was another one that I did. There's a different one that I have here. I think this is the cadent signs, right? And there was the same. The cadent signs again. Yeah. They was the same as well. We had something going on with these 4 at the same time as well. It was a little while ago when they did that. So we had something going on. We had something going on with those connected to. That was connected to the 9s yet again, as always. So, and then this one here again. I think I might have showed this before, but this pretty much, this is from Stanley Urey's experiment about how this plane comes about. So the spark alone had no effect on the chemicals in the artificial atmosphere, right? The spark stimulated the formation of new compounds. So when they put the plasma spark in this scenario, in this area here, with molecules and so on and so forth, what happens is it brings forth life, So that's how that's one of the, even just looking at that, and it wasn't even connected in any way, shape or form to it. There was no they're not connected to plasma in any way. With the standard Auric experiment, it's just a straightforward experiment which is just being made to take place. So I wanted to show that one there, and then there's that many on here. So what I'll do is I'll just end up just re-going through them all the time. So earlier on I was showing, when I showed that's church, I showed a church, but at the same time here, this is Enkawa. So you see here, you have this 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have another 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have the 5 in the middle. This is like a 5. This is the dice. 5 dice. So this is, you see, you have the matter plane, you have her 4 elements, and then the ether drops down in the center, which is, again, is the light. This is the sun, the light of the Father, penetrating, incoming inwards. Yeah, that's how that is working. As we was looking earlier at that, this is a different one now. It's a different one. There it is again. So there's the 4, and then you see the 5 pointing up back towards the heavens, where it came from. See, this is a cross on top. That's why the cross is, you have the long point coming down on the cross, because it's coming down into the matter plane. Because when the light of the sun has its sexual interaction with the matter plane, it brings forth life on this planet. That's what brings forth her life. Her fragrance just comes about from that. Yeah. And then she's also connected. She's also in the air. Because she's everywhere. Yeah. She's also in the air as controlling the invisible vapor and the movement that you cannot see, which is the fluidic, druidic plasma, magnetism and plasma. And that is why we have the druids using these forces. So speaking of magnetism, speaking of that, what I'll do now is I want to show, let's have a look at this. If you look at this little video here, you'll see the forces of magnetism and how magnetism is being used, because they are using it. It's being used elsewhere, and you'll see that. We'll see that right now as soon as I just put it up on here.
Transport system in the world, utilising existing pipe technologies with our world-renowned experience of magnetic motors. A system that will travel beneath and above ground for a pipe network, connecting distribution centres to consolidation centres, targeting the market for logistics, especially e-commerce, parcel and grocery delivery. With only half a second between carriages, efficiency and reliability is ensured. Easy integration to existing facilities, high bandwidth across the country, 24/7, to meet an ever-increasing urban demand. Autonomous transit, sustainable infrastructure with zero emissions, improved air quality, reduced congestion, less packaging, fewer road accidents, all weather, making better use of space, creating opportunities for denser, more vertical, residential and commercial development. Improved customer service, efficient, predictable, saving costs in operations, saving costs in capital investment. Creating a new delivery utility for the UK and for the rest of the world. Delivering faster for a better tomorrow. Delivering the future today. Magway.
So you see that, so they're using the technology, with that massive technology, so they're just releasing little bits. So you're looking at magnetism there to provide, you know, you're looking at new ways of meeting demand, yeah, underground. So they're already doing that. So they've already got an underground system in place that enables them to go underground and make moves about, to do business, etc., and to get things to people in a far easier fashion, less cost effective, yeah. And it's obviously you're not kicking out loads of waste at the same time as well, because you're using magnetism to do that. So that in itself is it's really, really good. It's good. There's another one here that there's quite a few that I wanted to show. This one here, we won't. I want to show. There's some that I want to show, and there's some that I don't want to show. I'll show this one here.
What the fuck?
That's plasma.
What the fuck is it? Yo. What the fuck? I better fucking pray. What the fuck?
So a lot of these, there's loads of these nowadays. A lot of people haven't realised, they don't see that's what's happening. The one I wanted to show, it may be this. Sometimes people think these are UFOs. It's not, it's plasma. But this is the one, it goes back into the centre and comes back out again.
That's just in the clouds, it's inside the clouds. It's going in.
So there's lots of these now. There's lots of them. Yeah, I can just keep going on and on and on. You'll see them. What we thought was aliens, etc. It's not. It's spirits. It's plasma. The spirit. The spirit. They work through plasma. They work through light, and it's superior forms of energy. I have my own experience as well, because so many years ago. I will show that as well, actually, and I will speak about it as well going forward. And it's exactly the same as this.
Instead of Stafford, it's nearly a 10-mile increase on the distance, and when we don't drive and work, it's not a good system for us when calling an ambulance might be necessary enough. Stephen is in Southend. Hi Stephen, what's your experience of A&E?
Hi Eddie. Well, sadly I've got a poor story about A&E. My father, about 5 years ago, went into A&E and they failed to diagnose a fractured spine.
I'm sorry to hear that. What happened to your father?
So subsequently, now I mean I'm not phoning to slag anyone off because they're brilliant, and all the other calls that you're getting, the people save their lives, they're brilliant. But it's the same story. There's not enough. They're stretched. So what happened was he was in and mistreated really for 2 weeks. They tried to put braces on, tried to get him to walk, but with a fracture.
So imagine that one there is really good because the guy's just sat there in his car and it's just happening. He's just sat right there. And it's just going off there and then. So that in itself is good. There's another one that I wanted you to see. And what happens is you can see the plasma works. Some people may have seen it because there's loads of them out there. What they do is they come into the centre and then they come back out again. And they come into the centre and then they come back out again. And that's how all plasma works. And that's how we work because we are also plasma as well.